Namaskaram, the South Indian is here, and as promised, like every day, we shall bring you stories from Telangana, considering that the state is going to elections every day. We bring you different issues. What are the burning issues that matters to every voter in Telangana? And today, the proverb, too many cooks spoil the broth, actually suits this story like never ever before, and you'll find out why. You know, the Congress in Telangana has emerged as the main opposition to the ruling BRS in the impending elections on 30th November. It is obvious that in what was deemed to be a three-way contest between the BRS, BJP and the Congress has now been reduced to a two-way contest between the ruling BRS and Congress. Insofar as the Congress is concerned, their win in Karnataka, the announcing of not 5 but 6 guarantees in Telangana, and the anti-incumbency which is faced by K. Chandrasekhar Rao's BRS after 2 terms looks like advantage, but with a rider for the Congress party.
Fulfill the aspirations of the people of Telangana, of my brothers and sisters of Telangana. We are announcing 6 guarantees, Mahalakshmi being the first one, and we are committed to fulfilling them, to fulfill each one of them. I, along with my colleagues, had the opportunity to be a part of the birth of this great state, Telangana. Now it is our duty to elevate it to new heights. It has been my dream to see the Congress government in Telangana that will work for all sections of our society.
Those guarantees have been announced. There is much bonhomie, there is much hope, but 2 issues, ladies and gentlemen, seem to scuttle the winnability of the Congress in the state. First is the disgruntlement amongst party cadre, and particularly amongst backward caste leaders and others who have been denied tickets despite their time-tested loyalties. And the second, and actually a very important one, being that several aspirants for the Chief Minister's chair, there are just too many aspirants fighting for that one chair. However, first, let's listen in to 3 leaders here. Ponnala Lakshmaya, a senior BC leader who was with the Congress for 45 years and has now left and joined the BRS.
Mr. Venugopal was also there. He saw the letter. I just explained for 2 minutes. He said, "What? No, how come it happens to you?" So he said, he looked at Venugopal, see this, and come back. So after this also, I waited for 10 days to see the General Secretary in charge of this matter, Mr. K.C. Venugopal. When I met, he has to meet me because there was pressure from the top, and he met me. I don't think he met me because, he wanted to meet. But in spite of it, that's 10 days with several calls from, on the top, from the top side, that finally he met me about 6 or 7 minutes. It's okay, no problem. But he has not replied, he has not, answered, or he has not briefed the High Command. So such is the situation.
We tried to meet to Rahul Gandhi yesterday and tomorrow, 2 days before also.
Okay.
But my PCC level not to interview, giving not interview, because Rahul Gandhi does not known what is going on Telangana in election process. He is entire depending on Mr. Venugopalji only. So Venugopalji, Revanth Reddy, Thackerayji, both are them only one. So that's why we lost, we suffered both them.
Okay.
So we request to Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi Karge ji. So please inquire entire Telangana tickets issuing 55 tickets announced already, first list.
Yes.
So we allegations, we allegate 15 to 20 people's new joined Congress party within the 2 months before. So they are getting Congress tickets. How is it possible? They don't know Congress party system. They don't know Congress party ideology.
रेवंत रेड्डी साहब जो है टीडीपी के जो है वो थे, एमएलए थे, उनको
जी,
लाया गया
जी।
कांग्रेस में, कांग्रेस का प्रेसिडेंट बनाया गया, फिर उसके बाद कांग्रेस का एमपी बनाया गया, एमपी बनने के बाद अब ये जो मेन मुद्दा क्या है कि चलो कहीं से भी आए आए कांग्रेस के लिए काम कर रहे, कांग्रेस के लिए, तो हम भी बोले रेवंत रेड्डी साहब जिंदाबाद, और हम भी विजय भारी के साथ में काम करें, क्योंकि हम गांधी जी और राहुल जी के विचारों पे काम करने वाले हैं। बड़ी मुश्किल लगी ओल्ड सिटी के अंदर कांग्रेस का कार्यकर्ता जोड़ने के लिए, और आज इस तरह के काम हो रहे हैं ओल्ड सिटी के अंदर, और ओल्ड सिटी को तो आप एमआईएम को पूरा रास्ता दीजिए, आप एमआईएम से तो लड़ना ही नहीं चाहिए।
So, two things which are actually impacting the Congress party despite whatever efforts they are making, and of course, reports are saying that the Congress is on a very good wicket. One, you just saw how the aspirants are extremely unhappy, they are leaving, they are quitting the party and going, particularly the BC leaders. Now, let us turn our attention to the other issue, which is the larger issue, that is the aspirants galore for the chief ministership. Ideally and logically, many would say it should be Revanth Reddy, right? He is supposed to be the man who has revived the party. There is a kind of, revival of enthusiasm, people want to work. Then why is it that many voices keep emerging, laying claim to that one chair of chief minister? The latest to throw his hat in the ring is the legislator from Sangareddy, T. Jayaprakash Reddy, also known as Jagga Reddy, who announced that he will be Chief Minister of Telangana after 10 years and appealed to the people to protect him until that time. I am asking you, ladies and gentlemen, from where is this confidence coming from? I think only Mr. Jagga Reddy knows best. He said, and I am quoting him here, I am sharing with you that I have a desire to become the Chief Minister. I am not saying that I will become the Chief Minister after the upcoming elections, but aspire to become the Chief Minister after 10 years. That is what Jagga Reddy said. If you read people's quotes, you actually figure out what they actually say and what they actually mean. And in the context of Jagga Reddy, the paranoia in his statements is very visible, because he also alleged how some leaders were conspiring to prevent him from even contesting the elections. He said, and I quote him yet again, if they succeed, my wife Nirmala will enter the fray, she is better than me, people can reach her over the phone to get their issues resolved. So, Mr. Reddy wants to be the chief minister. He says 10 years he will be the chief minister. Also, he says that people are trying to conspire against him. He is asking people to protect him. He is saying, if not me, my wife is there. I mean, look at the options he is giving. If Jagga Reddy is the latest, there are several others who are fighting for the CCM's chair as well, and why not? First is Revanth Reddy, K. Jana Reddy, Komati Reddy, Venkat Reddy, Bhatti Vikramarka, Uttam Reddy, and also former Deputy Chief Minister Damodar Raja Narasimha. There are many interesting nuggets in this story of all these chief ministerial hopefuls. For instance, K. Jana Reddy is not even contesting the elections, but he still made his ambitions public during a meeting with his party cadre in his constituency. He said, and I am quoting him, I am not after the post of the chief minister, but the post may come after me. We can't predict what will happen in the future. If luck has it, who knows, I may also become CM like how P.V. Narasimha Rao had become Prime Minister unexpectedly. If that is the people's wish, my son will resign and I will contest and continue as the Chief Minister. That is Jana Reddy. Now, the undercurrents of rivalry between Revanth Reddy and K. Venkat Reddy is very well known. Now, if this is the Congress party's tactic to portray itself as a party which has many chief ministerial candidates with so much of caliber, then I think they are really treading on eggshells. Not just me, many experts are saying it. I mean, you can't just throw so many balls in the air, right? Will these multi-hopefuls sully the waters of its prospects in the elections? Let's debate. Our experts are joining us. Syed Nizamuddin, spokesperson of the TPCC, we are waiting for him. There is some problem with his connection. A Sai Shekhar, senior journalist and also political analyst, is here with us. Roydin Roach, again senior political analyst, and Bhanuchandar Nagaranjan, who is a political analyst, is also joined us. A very warm welcome to all of you. I want to start with you, Sai Shekhar. You know, it's a double-edged sword. If you say, like in the BRS, that if it's not going to be, it is. If KCR Garu wins, he will be the chief minister, but he has alternatives in his son and or his daughter. People will say it is Parivarvad. I mean, you are now, it's not a monarchy. But look at the Congress. You know, they will turn around and they will say, oh, we never actually announced chief ministerial candidates. But the point is, I think it's a very, very big confusion in Telangana. I mean, which of the Reddys is going to be the chief minister? There is Revanth, there is now this Jaga Reddy also who has spoken, there is Jana Reddy, there is Komti Reddy, Venkat Reddy. I mean, there are Uttam, of course. What is going on, Sai Shekhar?
Congress traditionally does not have one word about the chief ministerial candidate, and Congress has never made, except in 1989 when Dr. Channa Reddy led the party, Congress has never made the PCC president the chief minister. And Y.S. Rajashekar Reddy also has, in 1999 when he led the party, aspiring to be the chief minister, almost he came very close, but then he lost the elections and he could not become the chief minister. And in the next elections, he was made the campaign committee chairman, and PCC president was Mr. D. Srinivas. And so is the case in 2009 also. But Y.S. Rajashekar Reddy's stranglehold over the party was enormous because of his Padayatra and his control. Whereas when it comes to Telangana, Congress is now engaged in infighting among so many leaders. This has been the case with the Congress between 1989 and 94, and we have seen that. Like, you know, Mary Channa Reddy became the chief minister, and then there was Nedurmali Janardhan Reddy who became chief minister. And after that, Mr. Vijay Bhaskar Reddy became chief minister. And, you know, this change of chief ministers has led to the formation of Telugu Desam in 1983. Please make no mistake. Don't forget the history. Congress had Dr. Channa Reddy as chief minister in 78, and then followed by T. Anjaya, followed by Bhavana Venkatram, who served for 6 to 8 months. And then Vijay Bhaskar Reddy served for 3 months. So Congress has the habit, and it got injected into the minds of the people across that they keep on changing the chief ministers, and the chief minister's candidate does not matter to the Congress once the election is over. But until then, they need to find a face. But now there are too many, as you rightly initiated the debate, too many cooks spoil the broth.
Yes.
Congress has too many cooks. They have too many chief ministerial candidates.
Right. That's what
as you said, Jana Reddy wants to become chief minister.
Yes.
And Jana Reddy is saying that, you know, I never chased posts.
Post is chasing me. So I find, and you know what, Sai, thank you, I'll come back to you. Mr. Roach, you know, the times have changed. I mean, decades have passed. I mean, he spoke about Sai, our friend spoke about Channa Reddy, Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, of course Rajasekara Reddy, all of them. But the point is that the times have changed. The child born then is now an adult, maybe 40 years old. So the times are not the same. This kind of confusion, and let me tell you something, we live in the times of social media scrutiny constantly, 24/7. So if this kind of a thing happens, where now Jaga Reddy, look at this Jaga Reddy, he's gone and said, I will be the chief minister 10 years from now. Mr. Roach, I want to bring your attention to what happened in Karnataka. Yes, the Congress will say we never actually go after chief ministerial candidate, etc. But the point is, we saw the drama which unfolded in Karnataka between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar. It is still continuing. There is still controversy. They are still saying that, you know, have more deputy chief ministers. They said, no, make him. So don't you think this is a right royal mess, Mr. Roach?
Well, good evening, everyone. See, there are people, each and everyone has their own view. Everyone wants to become chief minister. Everyone has their own thought process, and also every leader has their own way. So, putting the fact about Jaga Reddy, see, Jaga Reddy comes out and says something, every time he comes out, he says something different. So there's nothing much. The people have gone used to Reddy in the state of Telangana and they know him very well. So I don't think that's much of an effect. Yes, regarding the seniors who have said like what Mr. Jan Reddy all said, see, Mr. Jan Reddy and all, I think it's time for them to retire. It's time. Because you can't cling on to your seat for so long. You know, what's your age? You look at the new generation coming up. There's so many things that are coming up that new generation can work on. Let's see, for the BRS, they are looking at KTR. Okay, that is what they have a thing. So these people, I know what ambition they're trying to have. And I don't think they should even throw their hats into the ring. And when you look at the other aspect, let it be even Komat Reddy, let it be even Uttam Reddy. Like Komat Reddy, yes, we can say, and even Revanth Reddy, yes, we can say. They are the people who can compete for it. Even I don't think even Uttam also should even look at it at the moment, because he also has to give a chance for a younger generation. And when you compare it with Karnataka, the Karnataka system is completely different, and what you can't compare what DK Shivkumar has done there in Karnataka to Telangana. There are two different aspects. Okay, if you talk about DK Shivkumar there, then you have to compare him with Revanth Reddy here. So, and Siddaramaiah, okay, it's a different aspect at all. It's a different way that the Congress approach and puts Siddaramaiah ahead of DK Shivkumar, and they have very good understanding there now. So I don't think there's a problem there happening.
Mr. Roach, all I want to submit, yeah, sure, but then the ordinary people, the people are going to vote. Although I must say that we as Indians, we are extremely smart when it comes to, actually voting for the candidate that we want. But these kind of nuances is not something which the common man understands. All I am saying is that the drama, I do a lot of stories on Karnataka. After all, I am a South Indian. I do Karnataka stories almost every day, sir. Every day you open the newspaper. There is Satish Jarkioli speaking about Shivakumar. Shivakumar is asking people not to speak. And also, let me tell you, Mr. Roach, the fallout of all this confusion is that there is now a very stern warning from the Congress state leadership saying, none of you open your mouth to the press. You are all speaking out of turn. I mean, that only comes when there is uttermost confusion, and I think too many CM aspirants is a confusing situation. Bhanuchandar, let me come to you. Bhanuchandar, the point is that Revanth Reddy, as of now, that's what people are betting. But then Revanth Reddy went and said, why cannot Sitaka actually become the chief minister? I only am talking about one thing. You have a good chance because in neighboring Karnataka you did well. Most experts are saying the Congress is on a very good wicket. Then you go and you announce 6 guarantees, ace, tops. But all this confusion, maybe Vanunga, me too sir, this kind of aping each other and trying to, just eye that chair, don't you think it sends out a message? Because look at all the BC leaders, what they said. Mr. K.C. Venugopal does not listen to it allegedly, that's what they have said. Koi baat nahi sunta hai, that's what Kalimuddin Saab also said. No one listens to them. There is absolutely no kind of, protocol or a pecking order. Don't you think this sends out a very, very negative message and image of the Congress amongst the people?
Good evening, Sudha. So I think this situation sort of presents a great teaching moment on organizational theory. On one side, you have the BJP, which is a totally pyramidal structure with Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah at the top, and they call the shots on everything. Even the name of the chief minister is not announced, and the votes are gathered in their name. On the other side, we have the Congress way of handling things. Okay, and this is the way they have always handled things. They actually, for example, in Telangana, there is 1 president and 5 working presidents. Okay, and then 4 senior vice presidents. It looks like an investment bank, right? So the thing is, this is how the Congress has always managed the million mutinies, to borrow from Neupaul, right? So, and they have been vocal about their aspirations ever since. But what has happened is, this happened when it happened before, during the times of, say, Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. They were the pole of Indian polity, and votes were gathered in their name, and ultimately, like, whoever they appointed were the chief minister. So, but I think things have changed. So that is what is different right now. So this is the Congress's way of doing things. And regarding the working presidents, I was talking to a friend in the Congress, and he said that, like, I asked him, like, what is the difference between a president and a working president? He said that only one of them works, and that's not the working president. So that's it. So the thing is, this is how the Congress has managed, and all the outlet you just mentioned. I think around 8 people as aspirants in this program right now in the last 20 minutes. So this is all part of the Congress's way of doing things. And it is going to have an impact on them, because right now what we see in the surveys is that there is a massive anti-incumbency. Okay, so people don't want to vote for the VRS. So the thing is, they are going to vote for somebody else. So Congress was the receptor, at least according to the surveys. Now maybe that is going to split. That is something that we have to see.
Yeah, and you know that's what I said in my introduction as well, that because there is anti-incumbency, I think that, you know, it could be advantage Congress, provided they get their house in order, you know, with so many people who are actually eyeing for the CM's chair. It is creating a right royal mess. Sai Shekhar, let me come to you. You know, what Rahul Gandhi said about the census, and also what has emerged as numbers, you know, when Telangana did their own census, you know, way before Bihar did it. I mean, you know, the thing is that, don't you think that it would be prudent? First of all, what they have done is that their BC declaration is also way delayed now, you know, and I want you to really speak like a politician, sorry, like, I beg your pardon, like a senior journalist now, you know. Please try and analyze this, you know, for the viewers, that, you know, you have Ponnala Lakshmaiah who's left the party. There are others who are saying, what is going on? We do not know. BC declaration has been, you know, delayed. Rahul Gandhi says, no, these backward castes should get more of a, you know, gravitas, more of a advantage, and they should be prioritized. But look at, you know, when you talk about the CM's chair, the thing is that it's very apparent that if the Congress has given maximum number of seats to the Reddys, so is the Congress still that party which still thinks that the Reddys actually have great influence in Telangana? Are they on the right track, or it is completely erroneous because the times have changed, Sai?
Reddys have been a politically significant and influential community in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh from times immemorial. And Reddy influence cannot be deducted from when you are watching Telangana or Andhra Pradesh politics. When it comes to Telangana specifically, Reddys are spread across all political parties, and they are a dominant number. For example, you take KCR's cabinet. There are quite a few Reddys in KCR's cabinet also, and quite a few MLAs, and a lot of the BRS leaders are Reddys. So this Reddy factor, if Congress is owning up Reddys and championing, is posing as if it is championing their cause, I doubt it can cut much ice with the electorate. Number one. Number two, you have been talking about the BC enumeration. BC census, and then BC chief minister candidate. Congress does not know who will become chief minister now at this point in time. Congress wants to weigh its options and then start the game of pack of cards only after, if it inches close to forming the government. But they have no clarity, and precisely that is the reason why Mr. Ponnala Lakshmaiah, such a senior leader with more than 4 decades of political experience and also legislative experience, and who had lived through his life in the Congress, has finally, you know, pulled the plug and called it quits and joined the BRS. And BRS has actually conducted the BC census in the sense that BRS has done a caste census through its Samagra Kutumba survey in 2015-16, about a year after Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao took over the reins of the state. So KCR by and large has an idea about the caste composition in the state and which vote goes towards which side. So he has that precision available with him. Congress is actually making a lot of noise, but then with these chief ministerial candidates, so many people throwing their hat into the ring, they have actually pushed the Congress into a quandary, political quandary. And I am not very sure whether they can wriggle out of this leadership struggle for that one seat. and they have been habitually quarreling and squabbling. And also, one more thing I would like to clarify here, that the Congress has no respect for its own declarations. Udaipur declaration made by the Congress Working Committee, the apex body, it was given a quiet go by when they were ready to accommodate Mainampal Helmathra and his son.
Yes.
So, Udaipur declaration very specifically said at least those who are aspiring for a ticket should serve the party for 5 years. If Jana Reddy's son is getting the ticket, Jana Reddy is not getting the ticket, it makes sense. Okay, including the concession offered by the Udaipur declaration that Uttam Reddy and his wife got the tickets. But what about what is the justification in Mainampal and his son getting the tickets? They don't honor their declarations, be it the SC declaration which Karge had done recently in Chevella, or the BC declaration they are,
which is still being awaited. Yes. Syed Nizamuddin, who's spokesperson for the TPCC, is joining us, but on the phone line. Mr. Nizamuddin, can you hear me?
Yeah, madam.
Mr. Nizamuddin, good evening to you, sir. We were waiting for you for very long. Happy that you could join now. Mr. Nizamuddin, the thing is that, the Congress, like I said, is on a good wicket. Experts say they have a very bright chance. Also, the 6 guarantees that you have announced, and also your recent victory in neighboring Karnataka. All that actually adds up beautifully, but the kind of CM aspirants you have, it's a crowd. It's now a mob actually. More than 3, there are 5, there are 6, there are 7. Now, Jaga Reddy recently has gone and said, in next 10 years, I will become Chief Minister. The point is that when there is so much confusion, I mean, what kind of a message are you sending out? For me, there are 2 messages. One is that there doesn't seem to be any discipline or protocol. And secondly, which is more important, Mr. Nizamuddin, is that what do I go with if I were a voter in Telangana? Because I do not know the forward path at all.
Yeah, madam. Actually, it's an internal democracy in the Congress party, madam. Anybody can, aspire for the Chief Minister. It is because, and it's a history also, like, Congress party doesn't announce the Chief Minister candidate before the elections. After completing the elections only, we will decide. And it has happened in the Karnataka also. And we have, it's a very old party, so more leaders will be there, like, more aspirants will be there. But finally, what happens, like, after the winning the elections, definitely Congress party high command will, call all the senior leaders, and they'll take the support of everybody, and they'll project one leader, and he will be the Chief Minister. So definitely there is no doubt and there is no confusion. Definitely Jaga Reddy can aspire, Uttam Reddy can aspire, Revanth Reddy can aspire, anybody, because it's a very old party, more leaders will be there. It's not like hierarchy, like, in BRS, only KCR will be the Chief Minister, or his son, or his daughter, or a daughter. That's all. But
Mr.
here
Nizamuddin,
you have the,
sorry to interject, Mr. Nizamuddin, but even in a democracy, there has to be some kind of an hierarchy, organization for things to flow. I work in an organization, you can't have a free for all. There has to be a decision making one person or a body of decision makers. Having said that, let me tell you that if everyone can shoot their mouths off, then it creates a right royal mess in the minds of the people who are voting for you. Secondly, you spoke about Karnataka. The drama is still on, Mr. Nizamuddin. Abhi bhi barqarar hai. That
it's not, madam. Abhi kaisa hai bole to main yahi bolunga ki jo hai na, it's on ये सब पूरे अपोजिशन का वो है. एक्चुअली जो एक्चुअल जो पब्लिक को जो चीज बेनिफिट होना है, पब्लिक को जो ग्रीवेंस के बारे में बात करना है, everything is happening in perfect way. Nothing, it is only opposition are saying that, like, there is a drama. But what I feel is, like, being a congressman, being a spokesperson, and I have not seen any drama here. Because,
you brought up, Nizamuddin sir, you brought up Karnataka, and I wanted to remind you that even today there is a problem between Satish Jarkioli and DK Shivakumar. Let's not go to Karnataka, let's stay in Telangana. So do you mean to say that Jaga Reddy can speak, Jana Reddy has also spoken, tomorrow Venkat Reddy will speak, some other Reddy will speak, but at the end of it, and Mr. Revanth Reddy is also recommended Sitaka, are you saying that it will be only Revanth Reddy finally, or maybe not?
No, ma'am, this all will be decided by the High Command, and that to be the Congress Legislative Party will vote to one leader. Definitely one leader will come out and he will be the Chief Minister, madam. There will not be any confusion. See, whatever the, work is going to be happen in the Congress Party, it will be definitely done, madam. What are the guarantees we have given by the High Command along with the PCC President? Definitely it will be delivered. No confusion will be there. As far as the Chief Minister is concerned, definitely there will be a legislative party meeting after the elections, and one leader will come out. There will not be any confusion.
Yeah, no confusion. Mr. Nizamuddin, I did an interview with Ponnala Lakshmaya. He was very clear. He said 45 years in the party, no one listens to us. Mr. K.C. Venugopal was not interested. No one within the state leadership is interested. I left the party because I was insulted and there was discrimination. There is a lot of disgruntlement amongst BC leaders. It is very apparent, whether it is Kalimuddin Saab, whether whom you have suspended, whether it is Kuruva Vijay, whom you have suspended, and of course Lakshmaya sir, who left the party and went. Even now, you have delayed the BC declaration. Don't you think that you are creating more confusion than already exists? Is my question to you, sir.
Madam, actually what happened, like we have more aspirants in every constituency.
Okay.
What is happening, because every constituency will have 3 to 4 aspirants and they are all powerful. So we cannot give everybody ticket, right? So because of the tickets distribution only, it is getting delayed. And as far as the BC declaration is concerned and minority declaration is concerned, going to be happen after the declaration of the tickets. Definitely it will be going to happen. Of course, I know that it is bit delayed, but definitely it will be delivered. No problem at all. And as far as the Ponnala Lakshmaya sir is concerned, he is very senior to the party. He was 4-time MLA, he was minister, and now he is 80 plus. He has to give the chance to the youth. And that definitely he will lose the election. But if he is demanding for the ticket again, see, this is the very pathetic time. It's a very hard time for the Congress party, and definitely High Command doing this survey, and whatever the survey is there, report is there.
I just don't understand. There are, okay, fine, but different. There are different strokes for different folks. I mean, you have Kharge Saab, who's very senior, very respected, who has also tried to put the Congress together. He is also aged. I don't know what the problem is suddenly about someone aging, someone not aging, etc. Anyway, that's what politics.
According to the survey, as far as the survey is concerned about the Ponnala Lakshmaya sir, survey is, he is not winning. He is not winning. So what we said is, your survey is not getting. Whoever the senior leader is there, if there is no survey, if he is not coming in the survey, High Command is not giving the tickets to them.
Okay, so it's becoming more like a reality show.
Right
in, Mr. Roach.
In Congress party, it is not only one
Mr.
MLA,
Nizamuddin, please wait. I'll just come back to you. Mr. Roach, first of all, what he said, would you like to respond to that? There's another thing which I want to ask you, is that there is a lot of stress on backwards from Rahul Gandhi, and what Rahul Gandhi says matters. Let's not pussyfoot around the issue. If that happens, then so far as these multiple CM aspirants are concerned, Mr. Roach, don't you think that Bhatti, Vikramarka, who is from Khammam district, he is from the SC community, perhaps he seems to be a better candidate than most people, or even Raja Narsamaya, who is a Dalit, and he was Deputy Chief Minister in United Andhra Pradesh under Kiran Kumar Reddy. So, first of all, would you like to respond to what Nizamuddin sir said? If not, then could you please address my question, Mr. Roach?
Yeah, I would love to respond to what Nizamuddin said. See, what Nizamuddin said was perfectly right. When you talk about the aspect of the survey done, see, technology has come so much ahead that when you know who's going to have the winning horse, why do you want to have a lame horse in the fray? So, when Ponnala Lakshmaya, I think what he done, the biggest blunder is moving away from a party after serving for so long, and that to the age of 80 plus. So I don't think he's done a wise thing. He's done a real blunder. And okay, it's not something that happened overnight. He had meetings along with people from the BRS, okay, in much in advance. And when he's talking about meeting Mr. K.C. Venugopal, see, when you have a personal interest, when the High Command knows very well, let be any party, like even let be even KCR, let be anyone. When they know you have a personal interest and that interest is not going to suit the party, they'll naturally try to avoid you. That is what happened with Ponnala Lakshmaya. And I think that's a perfect thing they have done. Their survey reports clearly mention, even our survey report, show Ponna Lakshmi nowhere close to the contest. So there are other candidates also from the Congress who are there, who can at least give a tough fight. May not win, but even they give a tough fight. But where Ponna Lakshmi is concerned, it is completely zero. Then the other aspect is what you're talking about, Bhatti Vikramarka and Mr. Damodar Rajnarasimha. These two candidates also can be in the fray. See, many people can be in the fray. But what we are trying to say, what I am trying to say, even through your media channel, let me tell the Congress High Command one thing is, it is time that Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Mr. Kharge or Mr. Venugopal pull the strings and ask these people to zip them out. The Congress party has a lot of democracy in it, but they don't not understand that same democracy is damaging it to a certain extent. So the High Command has to come in and ask these people to zip them out. They should not even talk about this. Why do they even have to think of talking who's going to be the next chief minister? You try to win the election. You concentrate on winning the election. You don't concentrate on who's going to be the chief minister. Even if you are an aspirant.
Speaking, Mr. Roach, everyone is speaking out of turn. Therefore, I said, although Mr. Nizamuddin says it's a democratic party, everyone has a mind of their own, but you don't do it. Just maybe 20 days before. That's very foolish.
The party has a lot of, they have the freedom in the party.
Yeah.
But to what extent? To what extent? You say something that you damage the party?
Exactly, and that's exactly what they are doing. Even to a journalist like me, listen, the thing is, they are not focusing at all, you know.
They have to focus on the
and that's going to come back to bite them. Yeah, it's going to come back to...
You really have the strength, you gather your strength and go to the High Command and say, I have the strength and I have so many MLAs with me, I want to become the Chief Minister.
Banuchandar, I want... Yeah, Banuchandar, I want to ask you something. You know, for KCR, it keeps coming back to bite him when he said Dalit will be a chief minister. Everyone talks about it. Reminds him, of course, also about going back and, you know, pretending to have kind of amnesia when it's about giving land to the Dalit landless. It's come back to bite him many times, and he's done whatever, you know, the Dalita Bandhu scheme and several other things, but keeps coming up in debates after debates. Don't you think Rahul Gandhi saying that the backward should be given more of a kind of a priority? Don't you think that if they renege on that, if they go back on that, if they do not fulfill what they have been talking, and now it's recent memory, it's not like ancient history, don't you think that the Congress will be pulled up for this, Banuchandar?
Absolutely, Siddharth. It's a great point. So we are actually like the national debate is about OBC reservation, so on and so forth, right? And let me remind you that in Telangana, 52% of the population is backward caste.
Yes.
And like I said before, so many people that left the Congress are backward caste. Okay, so I'm sure it is going to have an impact on that. And also, just for the audience, like only 5% of the population is Reddys and 2% is Velamu, okay, which is the caste of the chief minister. So the backward caste consolidation has not happened. We discussed this in the previous debate. So maybe there is an aspect of that we are not looking at it. Second point I want to throw it is I was looking at a CSDS Lokniti voting behavior survey, and it says that like around 30% of the population make up their minds on who to vote just for 48 to like 72 hours before polling. So which is basically the immediacy bias of human beings. So all this momentum that they have gained so far, Congress might be losing it. And third point, you mentioned about Karnataka, right? So this has happened in Chhattisgarh. There is an ongoing fight between Singhdeo and Baghel, and we know about the pilot versus Gehlot in Rajasthan, and they made a mess of it in Punjab with Channi and Amrinder Singh. And so this is not like a one-off thing, and this has been sort of a pattern. But I'll tell you the most ironical thing of it. The ironical thing of it is Congress, after getting all these momentum, might with all this happening with their party, it might end up benefiting the BJP more than anybody else, because there's an anti-incumbency vote, and it may so come to a situation where BJP may be the kingmaker in Telangana, right? Assume like what the survey says.
Okay.
Assume BRS wins 50 and Congress and the BJP comes with the 10 seats to help them. And they've not only secured the Telangana Assembly, they have secured the Rajya Sabha seats, and they have a very good cushion for the Lok Sabha. So just make it.
Yeah, I've completely run out of time, but you know, I think that too many cooks may spoil this wonderful broth that Congress has been in the process of cooking. My apologies to Mr. Nizamuddin. You know, I wish you had joined us earlier, sir, but we completely, you know, have run out of time. But thanks are due to you. Thanks also to Sai Shekhar, Roydin Roach. Thank you very much, and Bhanuchandar. It was such a pleasure. Thank you indeed for joining us on the debate. Thank you. And our focus now is on Tamil Nadu. Yes, it's happened yet again. We had all predicted it. It's never going to go away. Guess what? The slugfest between Tamil Nadu government and governor. It's going on and on between Governor R.N. Ravi and the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam government led by Muka Stalin. Now, you know, you can keep counting how many times will this go on and on. If you remember, you know that first it was kind of very decent and very, very hidden, but then it's all out in the open now and the gloves are off. The two sides have collided on issues of Dravidian versus Aryans, Tamil Nadu versus Tamilagam, Hindi and Sanskrit versus Tamil, Dravidian politics versus Sanatana Dharma, and on and on and on and so forth. In the latest controversy, Governor R.N. Ravi has for the second time, returned the state government's recommendation for appointing former DGP C. Sailendra Babu as chairperson of Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission. According to the governor's office, the governor had taken time over checking if the said appointment fulfills all the requisite constitutional requirements for the high-profile appointment or not. It is being said that one of the reasons for the governor to have returned the file the second time over was because he felt that there was absolutely no transparency in the process adopted for selecting the chairman and members of TNPSC. Also, R.N. Ravi highlighted how the incumbent Sailendra Babu could hold the office of TNPSC chairman for a year since he is already 61 years old and the upper limit is 62 years of age for the post. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the entire matter may have merit, but then Governor Ravi has kept certain files in abeyance for long periods and invited the wrath of the ruling DMK. The one bill, of course, was on NEET, and the slugfest continues till date. According to several constitutional experts, the governor of a state acts only on the advice of the Council of Ministers. If the government sends him a file, he can return it once, but if it is sent again, he cannot refuse to give his consent. But that is not the case with what's being witnessed in Tamil Nadu, much like what's been going on for months between Pinarayi and Governor Arif Mohammed Khan in Kerala, and also in Telangana between Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao and Governor Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan. After Sailendra Babu retired as DGP, the government forwarded his name to governor for TNPSC chief post. The governor, nearly after 2 months, returned the file seeking several clarifications from the government whether the Supreme Court guidelines for making appointments to such posts has been followed or not. The state responded to the clarifications in the last week of August, but the file was yet again returned by Governor R.N. Ravi. And so the ping pong continues, in which DMK feels Ravi is toeing the centre's or rather the BJP's line, and R.N. Ravi feels the DMK is raking up matters unnecessarily. My take is that it all is about people's will. It's about passing bills or actually addressing what are the needs of the people. Between the slugfest between the governor and the government in Tamil Nadu, I wonder what the common man must be feeling. And with that, the South Indian says, Vanakkam, thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with lots of issues and special focus on stories from all the states in south of India. Thank you for watching.
Delhi has the